Star Trek fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Asylum Star Trek Borg Assimilation Hirogen. His designation is 2 of 3, but that's not, as far as I understand, it's not like 7 of 9. It's just the second of the third series, or the second out of the series of 3. So, very standard packaging for Asylum at the time. Just a simple window and card, or blister and card, however you like to say it. You see they've got their little coin there. On the back, the box is the same for all the characters. It's got a little information about the Borg over here, which is pretty cool. Down here, it's got a great list of credits for everyone. Very, very cool stuff. And then down at the bottom, you'll see that this figure was made in 2002. So this is a 10-year-old figure as of this viewing. So why don't we get this guy open and see how he holds up. And here's the Hirogen out of packaging, looking absolutely incredible. This guy is just amazing. I love the look of him. Wow. Yeah, let's get to him in a second. First of all, let's take a quick look at just set it down. A couple things that he came with. Didn't come with any official accessories, but it did come with the standard Asylum coin. So you see it's got their little design there, and then on the back it actually says Borg Assimilation, resistance is futile. Nice little kind of a blood red color there. Very cool. I think, if I remember right, Asylum put these in with just about everything. And he also comes with a little catalog here, and there's not much going on with it. I just wanted to show you guys, because this is a rather large figure, that it is intended, according to this over here, to be a 7-inch scale figure. So along with the Nemesis figures, the Borg Assimilation figures are supposed to be 7 inches. So, and I only bring that up because of the differentiation between the newer next generation figures, which were closer to 8 inches, or at least so far they appear to be. But yeah, this guy, absolutely amazing. If you can't tell, I will get some nice close-ups of him. The sculpting on this thing, and the paintwork, I mean, everything about him, this is really, really, really good action figure. Just right out the gate, if you get the opportunity to pick this figure up, I would highly, highly recommend it. So, starting at the face, you see he's got this great sort of kind of a reptilian design going on there. Very, very nice. Look at the paintwork on the eye there. Just absolutely fantastic. They did an amazing, amazing job. All of these wires and stuff, these are all like softer plastic, so they can be moved around a little bit. They're not going to hurt your articulation at all. All that stuff is great. He's got a little, you know, a little Borg eyepiece there. Like kind of cables going down to form neck muscles. Very nice. You can see all of this sort of brass or copper coloring going all the way down the the chest there. Very, very nice stuff. Everything's weathered beautifully. They did an amazing job with this. It's sort of a, I would say a kind of a gunmetal that's got a lot of black washing to it. And it could be the opposite. It could be black with gunmetal dry brush, but it just looks incredible. The sculpt is fantastic. Again, here we've got some soft rubbery bits. All the way down to the boots. The boots are really, really nice looking. And everything's really individual. I mean, like, if you look at these boots, they're not symmetrical at all. They're totally, totally different. And that's kind of something that goes across all the figures I've opened from this series so far. No peg holes or anything, but very, very, very nice figure. I cannot stress enough how good this figure looks. I mean, even if he wasn't posable, which he is, this would just be a great figure to have on your shelf. Now, as I mentioned, he is incredibly posable, especially for a 2002 figure. This guy's got a lot of things that were kind of ahead of its time, I would say. For one, he's got a ball-jointed neck that's ball-jointed at the base, so he's got some down action, back, a little bit of tilt. The tilt is a little tough. The neck so far is the only part that I've felt a little weak. I've only opened him and the Klingon so far. The Klingon also has a little trouble looking left and right because the post, if you can see that, how it turns back, it's because the post is really tough inside there. It's really, really tight joint. So just, you'll hear it click back into place. Just be careful if you do decide to pick this up that you don't twist anything too quickly. You know, be slow, be careful. But yeah, some nice action there. But the articulation at the base of the neck, I think, was pretty good for its time, especially being a ball joint. We've got swivel hinge shoulders, and already we're to another part that's sort of revolutionary for its time, which is the Iron Man style shoulder pads that Hasbro used, meaning that the arm can move with the shoulder pads because they're actually attached to the arm on their own little friction joints here. So this can move up and down so that it doesn't hinder his outward mobility, and it also allows his arm to go around to a certain degree. I mean, I'm not going to try and spin it all the way around because there are some blockages there, but yeah, really, really neat that they decided to go with that. We've got swivels in the biceps, which are very nicely covered up. Like, it's very difficult to see the swivels because the sculpting is so good. I mean, it's like different materials there. Like, it's a cable that goes into like metal plating, so you can't really tell that there's a joint there. Very nice. Elbows, you can see that there's no exposed peg there either. So you've got this great, almost 90-degree bend, but you can't see anything there. It looks fantastic. Swivel wrists goes all the way around on this one. Be careful on some of the other ones just to make sure that there's no cables attached, because the cables will affect that. Everything's the same in this arm with the 90-degree bend and everything, and the swivel up here, but there's no kind of swivel or moving parts that I have found in the gun arm, which does look fantastic and has, these are all very soft plastic, so they're not going to get in the way of any articulation or anything. We've got a hinge here, and that's because this whole armor plate swings up because he's got a ball joint in there. Another thing is kind of ahead of its time. So this great forward ab crunch. I mean, like, pretty good crunch right there. And then it goes back pretty decent amount. The side to side, like the tilt action, isn't fantastic. It's not bad, but it's not great. But of course you can also get, your full swivel out of that. Very cool. And the hinge just allows this whole section to be covered up so that you don't actually have to flip that up if you want to use the joint. You just lean it right down and it looks all very smooth. Very, very nice work. Very good engineering by Asylum. And we've got T-hips. So they go actually pretty far forward. I mean, you could easily, if you had a custom Borg chair, this guy could totally sit in it. Very, very cool. No swivels or anything in the thighs. We've got hinged knees, which go about 90 degrees. Very, very nice. Again, no peg holes. So everything's very, very smooth. There's no peg holes on this figure. Very, very nice. And then we've got hinged ankles. So they don't have a ton of range of motion. Back is pretty decent. Forward is a little hindered, but he will, as you saw when I first started, be able to get into some basic like walking poses. He can storm the base with everybody in a slow, encumbering manner, and slowly take over the whole world. But yeah, very, very cool. This figure is astounding. I got the whole set, and I think after shipping and everything, it was about $45, so about $15 for this figure. Easily, great buy. Excellent buy. $15 or less. There's a lot of people I think who are selling them for less. If you're trying to get these on the secondary market, I would highly recommend it. I just want to show you really quick. Here we go with the Kirk action figure, just so you can see what he looks like next to a standard 7-inch figure. But because the figure is so enormous, he actually still works really well with the 8-inch Picard. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to pull back just so you can see. I think it works very well with either scale. I mean, you can have him massively imposing if you wanted to kind of mix your lines and put him in with this guy. Or if you wanted to go for, kind of a more realistic thing, you could easily put him in with Picard. Very, very nice design work on the part of Asylum there. As I understand it, I'm still not a Star Trek aficionado, so please, if I'm wrong, correct me. I believe there were only, at least mostly, human Borg in the past. So this was kind of a risk that Asylum took on these figures to kind of create some alien Borg. And they did the Hirogen, Cardassian, and Klingon figures. And every single one is an original design. Every single one looks amazing. This one is a fantastic figure. Definitely recommend it. If you get the opportunity to pick them up for, I would say, even $20 or less, But I think you could find a really good deals on the sets right now. So get out there on eBay, take a look around, see what you can find, and that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys checking out this review. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions or comments, just post them down below. And if you get the chance, make sure you swing over to infinitehollywood.com and check out what Newton Gimmick's got going on over there. There's a lot of great stuff. So thanks, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.